When you're going through a shift in consciousness, certain things are going to happen to you that you had no idea were going to happen to you. You're going to have emotions come up that you didn't expect. Experiences are going to happen to you that you had no idea were going to happen. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs that you are shifting to a higher state of consciousness. 5 signs that you are actually leveling up your state of consciousness and you're going through a massive shift in who you really are at the core. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to personally work with me one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness is that you're highly sensitive to everything that happens in your experience. Because when you're going through this shift, you're going to be extremely sensitive in your body to people's emotions, to what you see, what you hear. You're going to be so sensitive that you didn't even know that kind of sensitivity actually existed. You're going to be sensitive to foods, to people, to emotions. Your body's going to be more sensitive. What you hear is going to be more sensitive. What you see is going to be more sensitive. Every single thing that is going on in your experience, you are going to be more sensitive to that. You're going to feel that more. You're going to see more. Everything that you normally experienced in a normal state of consciousness will be heightened extremely when you're at a higher state of consciousness. Your sense perceptions will get stronger. It's going to be something that you didn't even know was possible, but it's going to happen to you, whether that happened naturally or through maybe plant medicines. There's going to be situations where you experience higher levels of perception, okay, higher levels of awareness, extra sensory perception. And this is the first thing that can happen to you when you shift to a higher state of consciousness, is instantly you are going to be more sensitive. You're going to feel more than you've ever felt. And that is the first sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness, is you're experiencing extreme levels of sensitivity to everything in your life. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, your emotions, people, every single thing will be heightened, and you'll be more sensitive to everything that happens in your reality. So the second sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness is you're beginning to be more authentic and real, not only to people, but also with yourself. If you feel angry, you're just going to be angry and you're going to own it fully. You're going to fully own that emotion. You're going to fully own what you feel in your body. You're not going to repress your emotions any longer. You're not going to hold back your emotions any longer. It doesn't mean expressing to people that you don't want to express to or overly reacting. It just means that you're fully aware of your emotions. You can be with those emotions, not attached to them, but you're going to be more real. You're going to be more honest with yourself. You're going to be more connected with what you feel in your body, and you're just going to accept that fully. If you feel some kind of an emotion in your body, you're not going to hide it from yourself or for anybody. You won't be able to actually hide it, because you're just going to be so authentic and real with whatever it is that you feel. And this is a huge sign that you're actually shifting to a higher state of consciousness, is that you're beginning to be more real and just fully express those emotions that you have. Or don't express them because you just want to be alone, so you'll express that. You're just going to be 100% honest with yourself and others. Even if that means saying, hey, I don't want to be honest right now, I just want to go be alone. That's how honest you'll be. You're going to be told, like, if you feel maybe a lower level emotion that day, you're going to give yourself more opportunity to just experience that emotion fully and not allow yourself to experience it. Because what most people do when they're attached to their egos is they don't give themselves the opportunity to fully be there with what they feel. But that can't happen when you shift to a higher state of consciousness. It's impossible. You're gonna be there fully with it. You're gonna allow it to be there. You can't hide from your emotions when you're at a higher state of consciousness. It's impossible. The third sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness is that you are more connected to your emotions. You're going to feel every single emotion thousands of times more powerfully when you shift to a higher state of consciousness. Now, once again, this can happen through meditation, through plant medicines. Some people are going through massive awakening completely spontaneously without they didn't do anything, and they're just going through an awakening. Boom, they're more connected to their emotions. Okay, they're highly connected to their emotions. When you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness, you're going to be extremely connected to your emotions, to levels that you didn't even know was possible, to levels that you didn't even know was possible. You're going to experience the lower emotions, the higher emotions. You're going to have all of it all together, and you're going to be more connected to all of it. The joy, the peace, even the anger and the guilt and the fear and the shame. Now, of course, when you shift to a higher state of consciousness, you're going to start to have higher levels of emotion as well. But the only way you get to the higher level emotions is by processing and moving through all the lower level emotions that you've had sensitivities to. This is what some people don't get about spiritual awakening, is that you don't get from this state to that state by jumping up. That can happen, but usually what happens is you move through the negative emotions. You don't push your way through the emotions or move around the emotions. You actually have to move through the emotions. And then you get to a higher state, but you're going to feel all those emotions thousands of times more powerfully when you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness. Now, the fourth sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness, if you like any of these signs so far, if any of these signs have resonated with you, hit that like button to show the universe that you're actually shifting to an even higher state of consciousness. So the fourth sign is that you feel one. You feel one with everything. And here's the thing, you don't just think about being one, you feel one. You see that you're one with everything. You can experience that you're one with everything. You have a knowing that you're one with everything. Being one is not a conceptual understanding. In fact, the only thing stopping you from being fully one with everything in your reality is your concepts and your ego and your ideologies. So what happens is that when you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness, you let go of concepts and ideologies and belief systems, and then that begins to bring you closer to the oneness of reality. And this is an undeniable experience, not a concept. And I'm not just talking once. You can continually be conscious of the fact that you're one with every single person that you're talking to. Maybe you're looking at somebody in the eyes and you are just conscious that you're one with that person. Maybe you're going through life and you're in nature, and then you're totally conscious that you're one with that thing that you're looking at, with the tree. And it sounds ridiculous, but when you're experiencing it, it's even more ridiculous. Okay, you actually can see and feel and know that you are not separate. You're completely one with everything. I'm one with this camera right now. Me and you are not separate, we're one. And you can actually see that and feel that and experience that. And there's no doubt in your mind, because it's not your mind that knows you're one, it's your whole being that feels and knows that you are one with every single thing. Now, the fifth sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness is that you have this weird feeling where you just enjoy being alone. Even if you have like negative emotions, even if you feel like more negative, so to speak, when you're alone, you kind of like that. You kind of like being in your own space. You like the negative emotions. You like to face your own demons. In some weird way, you enjoy facing your demons. You enjoy bringing light to the darkness. This is what happened to me when I started going through my awakening, as in a weird way, I kind of had this desire to like see the truth and face my ego, and to just be alone, and to just fully be with that feeling of aloneness, and fully integrate those negative emotions, because you got to realize we're not really alone. It's just a feeling of being alone. And what most people do is, rather than moving deeper into that feeling of being alone, they try to look for a sense of instant gratification outside of themselves. They'll go after a relationship, they'll go after food, they'll go after, certain activities, and they're not going to face that feeling of being alone, but instead they try to look for something outside of themselves. But that's not what's going to happen to you when you start to actually shift to a higher state of consciousness. That's not at all what's going to happen to you. You are going to shift to such a high level of consciousness that you can't even tolerate faking being with people that you don't want to be with. You're going to fully face all those demons. You're going to fully face all those negative emotions, all those feelings, and you're going to start to enjoy your time alone. Completely normal part of this process is you start to enjoy just wanting to be in your own space. You start to enjoy wanting to be in your own space and having that alone time. In fact, you don't even want to be with people that much. You just want to be alone. You only want to be with people that match your energetic frequency. When you're at a match with somebody energetically, then you want to be with them. Other than that, you prefer to be alone because you just feel drained. Not that you hate other people. In fact, if you're watching this video, I know you have a big heart. I know you like to serve the world, but you just don't want to be with people sometimes, and that's totally okay. And that's also a huge sign that you're shifting to a higher state of consciousness. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me personally one-on-one, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation, because I do powerful one-on-one sessions. As always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.